Welcome to We Need to Talk Now, presented by AT&T. I'm Alicia Jay, and I'm here with WNBA and Unrivaled star, Cameron Brink. Cameron, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. So excited.
Now, Cameron, before we start, I have to give a shout out to Beaverton. I'm from Beaverton, and I played basketball in Beaverton, and I know you did too. And for those who don't know, can you speak a little bit about how basketball in Oregon shaped you?
Yeah, shout out Beaverton, my Oregon girl. It's so funny. My parents both worked at Nike for 20 years, and I think Nike just being based in Beaverton has really shaped the sports culture there. And I was really lucky to grow up there with, such an amazing community. It's funny, I'm with New Balance now, but I was always a Nike kid growing up, and I can really appreciate, the culture that they added to and the state and worldwide. But so it's super cool that I have a fellow Oregonian with me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually used to work at the Nike employee store back in the day, and I would
Okay.
spend every check I made right back into Nike.
The
So,
employee store is a dangerous place
woo, it
for
is so
sure.
dangerous, so dangerous. I
Yes.
haven't been in a while. I have to duck in there. But I just, I want to say, first of all, I read the issue. You recently did the strength issue with Together and Avino to help shift how we speak about women's strength and skin health. And first of all, just every single word hit in your interview that you did. I encourage everyone to go and read the issue from cover to cover with all the athletes and especially what Cam said. But I want to know what makes Cameron Brink strong.
Well, first of all, thank you. It was a really cool and special project to be a part of. And I would say, even just like sitting down and talking about it made me realize what actually does make me strong. And it's honestly like my vulnerabilities, which sounds counterintuitive. But I think just, really leaning into the uncomfort of just telling people how you actually feel. Sometimes it's easier to just be like, I'm okay. When we're all kind of not sometimes, and that's fine. So I think what's really been kind of the most freeing thing in the past year has just been like okay with being vulnerable. I would say that's what really makes me feel the best, the most strong.
Yeah, vulnerability is strength, in my opinion. It's something that I know I try to practice as well. There was another thing that I really wanted to talk about. You said in the issue that when people see my femininity, they question my focus. How do you reject the idea that femininity and focus cannot coexist?
Yeah, I think it's just another layer we have to deal with as women, and like it's such a crazy double standard where, we feel like we need to look perfect. And then when we actually put some effort into our appearance, it's used against us. Um, and, I'll just say, like, I think I've gotten to a really good place with just, using fashion and my feminine side as an outlet, like an extension of myself, not, relying on it for self worth, but rather just, taking the time to really enjoy how I present myself each day. And it's so freeing and it's a part of my identity. So, yeah, I feel like you can totally identify with me. Like, you're a tall, beautiful woman. Like, it's hard to navigate this world when you feel like you stand out so much and everyone's telling you to do different things. But, I think I'm my happiness when I can be strong and feel feminine at the same time.
Well, thank you for your kind words, Cam. But I can definitely relate on every level. And I was actually going to ask you specifically about being tall. I know that sometimes, people can say some crazy things to you about height. Um, how have you continued to remain strong through all of the things that people have said, either about height or we just talked about femininity and those kind of things? How do you continue to stay strong when you encounter things like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's tall people that really struggle with some crazy comments. But honestly, if you're out of the norm in any sense, like you're going to get so many of us that aren't, like sample size are going to get crazy comments. And that's like the sucky part is people just, they don't know how to keep their mouth shut sometimes. So I think you just sometimes have to laugh it off. Um, and just understand. I think it gives me at least more of a perspective to just really not talk about how other people look, to talk about the things that matter, their personality, what makes them different, in a positive way. But I think it is really hard, if you're not, a normal size navigating this world. Like, people are going to say crazy things to you. And I think for me, it's just like you laugh them off, and just like know that they're human. Like, sometimes people just say crazy stuff.
We talked about being tall. One thing for me in my journey of just confidence and realizing who I am was through fashion. I love, a good look. I love something that just makes me feel at my best. And excuse me, I love something that makes me feel at my best. And I'm just wondering, with the amazing fashion and style that you have, how has that just fortified your confidence?
Yeah, I mean, fashion has been such an outlet for me too. And I think I grew up seeing my mom collect pieces and curate her closet and really work to find pants and things that made her feel beautiful and flattered in her clothing. So I think that's been like the process for me. It's like kind of fun to just build this closet of stuff that really excites you, and you look forward to waking up the next day with something that you've laid out. And I don't know, like I said before, it kind of feels like an extension of yourself. And when you walk into a room, people can kind of get your vibe before getting to know you. So I think it's something I'm really passionate about. And as a tall girl, it's so hard to find stuff that fits. But I think it's great that more brands are making it easier to find stuff that's that aren't high waters for us.
Yeah, it
So
definitely is, because those ankles are cold. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
They stay cold. Well, you mentioned your mom, and watching her as fortifying your confidence in different ways. And in the issue, you're alongside some amazing women: Sophia Wilson, Misty Copeland, and Ali Truitt. You guys are all, you women, I should say, are all using, what you're doing to uplift women's sports in some way, shape, or form. And I was just wondering, with all the growth that we've had in women's sports, what is one of the main things you think still needs to happen in order to catapult women's sports even more?
Oh, I mean, I think it really ties back to kind of the basis of the campaign was, just like ask me about my strength, like what makes me strong, instead of, all of these kind of other outside factors that we can be limited to as women sometimes. So I think it's just really been so amazing to be in the same campaign as all these amazing other women, and just kind of open up a conversation about, like, yes, like I can care about how I am as a woman, like my appearance, my feminine side, but also I can be a boss on the court and, strive for amazing things. So I think they've really just given us a platform to talk about, just for me at least, the duality of being a woman. I can do both things.
Yeah, I love to see it, absolutely. And I love kind of like the way that it focuses on both, right? Like, you don't want to just focus on one. You don't want to be known for just one thing. What is something that you want to be known for that isn't necessarily tied to basketball or what you do on the court?
I mean, yeah, I think um I want to be someone that's known for pouring back into the community, and it's something I'm actually just trying to do more of. I mean, I guess it's all tied to basketball, but a youth camp that I run with my family, maybe coming out with just like different sorts of clothing that actually really flatter multiple body types, not just me who's 6'5", but someone that's 5'5". There's so many things I want to do. I guess it's like overwhelming because I don't know, there's just so much life to live. But I do like what you said before is I think we get pigeonholed as athletes to just completely base our identity off of being athletes. And that's really bad for me, at least mentally. You can't just define yourself as one thing. So I guess what I'm trying to do is just obviously put my everything into basketball, but realize I can, go down different routes and avenues of, hopefully impacting the world in a positive way. So.
And you're definitely doing that, without a doubt. Anyone can see that, what you're doing, on, off the court, just who you are as a person. And one thing that in the issue that I really, it just struck me, is you said that now, through what you went through with your ACL tear, uh, you look at your body not just as something that performs, but also that heals. What kind of strength did it take to heal?
Um, it took it took a lot of strength. I would say it was probably one of the best things to like ever happen to me, which is sounds crazy. I think it's like, when you tear your ACL, you become a part of the club that no one wants to be a part of, but it's the most supportive club in the world. And, I've just was so lucky to have so many people to lean on and talk to about it. But I really do think everything happens for a reason. And I really think I just learned so many important and valuable lessons throughout it. And it felt like a long time, but in the grand scheme of things, it was a little over a year of my life where, I just really got to learn the value of hard work, and I learned my body better. I learned like what I actually need to feel my best. And I think that's all what we're all trying to do is really like learn ourselves. Like by the time I'm done with my career, like hopefully like I just know exactly what my body needs on and off the court to feel great. So I think it was honestly one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
I mean, that's a powerful thing to say. And I think that's going to inspire a lot of people that are going through something similar, is that, you don't really realize what it's doing for you while it's happening. And it's certainly done some amazing things for you off the court. And then now you're strong and you're healed on the court. What are you most looking forward to this season with in LA?
I'm just looking forward to like competing, which sounds so simple, but I really do, the thing I try to like remind myself, like the reason why I love basketball is just like being able to compete with my sisters out there and just, bring my best effort every single night. I mean, obviously it's about like I want to win and I want to, bring LA, back to the top of the W. But what I kind of got from Unrivaled was like I fell in love with the game a little bit again, just like how much I love like being with my team and competing every night. So I just really look forward to that.
Well, you just mentioned Unrivaled, and I know that your god brother, Stephen Curry, he's an investor in the league. What did it mean for you to invest, for him to invest in women's sports? And then also, what does it mean for you to play in a league that he has invested in?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I think he's a girl dad, and he's always been so supportive of my career and his sister who played volleyball, and our moms who both were female athletes. So I think he just truly knows what it's like to actually like show up for women and support us. And then to play in the league that he's invested in is like a really cool full circle moment too. I think I grew up seeing him in the spotlight and being such a dominant, iconic figure. And I never thought I would be, I guess like in the same vein, playing a basketball professionally. So I think it's just really cool. I never would have thought I'd be in this position.
No, I think it's so awesome. I mean, I love all of the investment that is happening in women's sports. And then, just for you to have somebody who is special to you to invest in what you are literally playing in is so dope to me. Um, Another thing that was really amazing to me this week that you revealed is that your fiance Ben, he shot his shot in an email.
Yes,
Okay.
he did.
Now, can you just kind of I know we saw everything, but can you just kind of walk us through that? And then also listen, I'm out here single. I'm in these single streets, and people need to know how to approach people. Can you give them some advice as well?
Yeah. Okay. So it's so funny. I posted that TikTok because it was kind of like a trend, but it was like a trend of like how their partner DM'd them the first time or something. So I thought it'd be a funny take to post the email that Ben sent me. And so we actually got matched together on an athlete like marriage pact. It was a dating survey that actually Lexi Hull and Lacey Hull, who were my Stanford teammates, they were the head of this like athlete social chair thing. So they put together the survey, and all like the athletes filled it out during like the midst of COVID on campus, and they acted like there was this algorithm to match us, but they just manually like matched us because they thought we'd be cute together, I guess. So he just emailed me, and thank God I was checking my email that day because I usually don't. And then the rest was history. We've been dating. Today is our fifth anniversary, March 10th.
Listen,
So
where was that when I was in college?
I
Didn't have
know,
any of that.
honestly, it was funny. I think we're the only like couple to like be together still after that, I guess. But it worked for us. I guess. Well, and you asked like how to approach people. I don't know if this is like good advice, but it worked for me. I was like, date the nerd. Like seek out the nerdy guys because they're the best. So Ben's an engineer and a computer scientist, and I don't know, like he's just a nerdy, sweet guy. And I feel like nerds rule the world. So
Listen, I'm taking applications for all nerds now.
yes.
Just FYI, FYI. Well, I know your wedding is coming up. We just saw that you had your bachelorette, I believe.
Yes.
And congratulations, by the way. But is there anything you can tell us about the wedding?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you. The wedding will be after, this season. So an exciting year for me. This is like a big basketball season coming up. And then I get to, right after season's over, look forward to getting married. And he genuinely is like the best guy ever. So I'm so lucky. And yeah, I don't know what else. I'm like not the best at planning things in general. So I have an amazing wedding planner, Details by Christy. And my mom is being great. My maid of honor, Chloe, my best friend. So I'm just thankful to have people that are organized and can do literally everything. I don't have to do much, which is great.
Well, and I was gonna say, like, it's hard to plan all this stuff, but you have an amazing planner. But how are you kind of keeping your strength up as you go into all of these things that you just said you're about to do?
Yeah, I mean, it ties back to it's like self-care and just, you do this too, all the cameras and the shows and just traveling for work. It's like my body feels so depleted, my skin and everything. So it's like I love a good self-care routine and my before bed routine, my skincare, my red light therapy. Like I just really try to take time to like do that, have my little beauty rituals, and I feel like just like so refreshed after I do my whole routine.
Well, can you walk us through your skincare routine? Because I need to take some notes because I see the
Well,
skin and it's doing its thing.
girl, you too. Oh my gosh, that means so much. I would say what I've learned this past year is less is more. And I tried to do like all the steps. I would say like just having like a good face wash if like you're acne prone like me, like hypochlorous acid after you're done sweating. Like I'm a bacne, face acne prone girl. And if you just like spray yourself with any hypochlorous acid, it like kills bacteria. And then I don't know, like I love like a good Korean skincare mask. You know, the ones that turn transparent.
Yes.
I love those. So that's like probably my keep it simple is what I would say.
Okay, keep it simple. I'm adding it to the list now. Well, we don't want to take too much of your time, but I do have a couple quick, like social media questions for you, just some fun ones
Perfect.
to knock out. Who is your personal goat and why?
Like in any set, like,
Whatever
okay.
you would define as your personal goat.
My personal goat. Um, I would say right now, probably my fiance Ben. I I don't know. That's such like a easy answer.
It's cute.
But he's been so supportive, especially I think anyone that takes care of someone through a major injury or anyone that's a caretaker, um, major shout out to people like that. I think I never really gave him his flowers for taking care of me when I had to be on crutches for 10 weeks and everything. So he's my goat for sure.
Love that so much. Oh my gosh, getting all the points. He's getting all the points.
Yes. Yes.
Who do you think is the greatest athlete of all time?
Oh, that's such a good question. I mean, I would have to say Serena Williams in my opinion. I mean, and there's obviously so many um amazing athletes. I would say she's who came to mind first, and I really do just like admire like how she's balanced all of the scrutiny she's been under how she's been a mom, how she's handled herself so beautifully as a Black woman, and how she's just like into fashion, every single aspect of her career. I would say she's my one of my goats, one of the
Mm,
best. Yeah.
one of the best for sure. Now, going back to goats, who is a style goat? Who is the style goat of the WNBA?
Oh, that's a great question too. I would say there's so many, and everyone has such a unique spin to their style. I would say Skylar Diggins is probably my goat because I think she just has such a great range. She tries different silhouettes. She goes high and low at, like, she does everything in between. So I think, you know, she's stunning. So I would say she just like kills it every single time.
And she very much set the platform for what it is now for
Exactly.
style in the WNBA, without a
Exactly.
doubt.
Yeah.
Now, last question. One thing that people don't know about Cameron Brink.
One thing people don't know about me. I love to bake. I feel like I have spoken about this before, but that's what's also top of mind. I just got a pink stand mixer for my kitchen. So one of my love languages is like baking things for people. So now when everyone comes back into market, soon, hopefully I'll be dropping off desserts and pastries. So.
What is your favorite thing to bake?
My favorite thing to bake is probably like banana cake. Or I really like this, like, you don't have to bake this, but like I like to make almond butter dates covered in chocolate. And that's usually what I'll pass around.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try that. That sounds amazing.
You feel good after eating it. You don't feel heavy and gross. So
listen, that's one of the things I'm trying to work on as well, is my eating and not feeling gross. That's for sure. That's for sure. Well, thank you so much for being here, Cameron. We really appreciate your time. Make sure that you go and check out the strength issue with Together and Aveeno. It's definitely shifting how we speak about women's strength and skin health. So thank you so much, Cameron. And thank you for watching. We will see you next time on We Need to Talk Now, presented by AT&T.